Hi, I'm Mr. C, the teacher, and this is my classroom. So grab your tools for school and join in with us, or sit back and just watch, and let's go on a learning journey together, because you're watching Lessons from the Classroom. Well, let's take a look at what the topic for today's episode is going to be about. Alright, in today's lesson, we're going to be doing some spelling. When it comes to spelling for the early grades, kindergarten, grade 1, the best way to teach spelling is through word family endings. That simply means that all of the words in our spelling list, and I usually do 6 words, will all end in the same ending. They'll all have that rhyme to them. So when I teach spelling, I do it with 2 different methods. One method for teaching students spelling in the classroom is simply to have the students take a workbook. But another method I use, especially with the younger children, is simply to print off the word family ending with my computer in a nice large font, making sure I leave a space here with which to add the different beginnings to. I like to take the paper and I just simply slide it into a plastic sleeve to protect it. And then with some Play-Doh or silly putty or maybe even slime, you can then shape letters to go right over top and add the letter that goes at the beginning. You can simply cover over top of the letters till they have the word ending covered and then form different letters for the beginning. Ought. You know, I love being surrounded by great books, because one of my favorite things to do is to read stories. So let's make some time right now and read a storybook. This is story time. Word Family Tales. OT Word Family Ought. Scott and Dot by Maxwell Higgins. There once was a tot whose name was Scott. He had a dog whose name was Spot. They lived together in a flower pot. The tot named Scott and his good dog Spot. The girl who lived next door to Scott teased him for living in a flower pot, but this didn't bother Scott one jot. He liked his home an awful lot. There once was a tot whose name was Dot. She had a cat named Apricot. They lived together in a big teapot. The tot named Dot and sweet Apricot. The boy who lived next door to Dot teased her for living in a big teapot, but this didn't bother Dot one jot. She liked her home an awful lot. One day, when Scott was walking Spot, he passed right by the big teapot. "I love your house," Scott told Dot. As a matter of fact, so did Spot. "Nice teapot. Thanks a lot." Then Scott told Dot, right on the spot, all about his home in the flower pot. "I love your house," Dot told Scott. As a matter of fact, so did Apricot.
Now, when the weather is sunny and hot, Dot visits Scott in his flower pot. They plant petunias and forget-me-nots. Apricot and Spot help out a lot. On chilly days, Scott visits Dot for tea and cake in the big teapot. It's nice and hot. This hits the spot. The kids who once teased them now do not. They wish they had homes like Scott and Dot.
In spelling this week with the ought word family ending, that's O-T, we're going to stretch out some of our ought word family words. Here we go. Our first word is not. Now, this one has a silent K in it because we're talking about like a knot in your shoelace. All right, so here we go. Even though there's 4 letters, we're not going to hear that first one, the K sound. It's silent. Not. N-ought. Not. Let's do that again. Not. N-ought. Not. Okay, our next word is pot. Pot. P-ought. Pot. 3 sounds. Pot. P-ought. Pot. Our next word is dot. Dot. D-ought. Dot. Now some people also like to do it down their arms. Let's do one of those. Dot. D-ought. Dot. Our next word is rot. Rot. R-ought. Rot. Rot. R-ought. Rot. Our next word is taught. Now, that's sort of an old-fashioned word for a little kid. You know, sort of like a 1-year-old, 2-year-old is a taught. All right, let's stretch it out. Taught. T-ought. Taught. Let's do it again. Taught. T-ought. Taught. And our last word, it's hot. Hot. Ought. Hot. One last time. Hot. Ought. Hot. All right, keep practicing.
Today's spelling ending is O-T. That makes the sound ought. Ought. I've got my Play-Doh. Let's cover these letters and start making some words. Okay, I've got my O-T covered for ought. Let's add some letters to the front. If I add the letter P to the front, I've got pot. Pot. If I add the letter D in front, I've got dot. Dot. Like a polka dot.
Oh, look at that, a dot within a dot.
If I add the letter H in front, I've got hot. Hot. Opposite of cold. Hot.
Oh man, it's hot out. Oh, sticking my head in a fridge.
If I add the letter R in front, I've got rot, rot. Like a apple will rot if you leave it out. Goes bad.
Oh, that's rotten. That's just disgusting.
If I add the letter T in front, I've got tot, tot. A tot is a very young child. A baby is a
Oh, yeah, those are tater tots. I was thinking more like a kid, you know, small kid. Oh, yeah, that's better. Wait, is he dreaming about tater tots?
If I add the KN in front, K's silent, and we get the word knot. Knot, like the kind you get in your shoelace, a knot in my shoelace.
Oh, man, I'm never gonna get that undone.
If we add an SP in front, we get spot. A spot. Kind of like lots of dots, a spot.
Okay, yeah, can we shine a spotlight on that guy? Oh, that's a rotten spot. He's not gonna get that spot out.
What words can you make from the ending ought? All right, for spelling today, we're starting with our letter O inclusion words. So our spelling today, our word family ending is O-T. O-T, let's put that in as the title. That means it's going to make the sound ought, ought. O-T. Go ahead and put the date up in the top-hand corner for whatever day it is for you today. And we're going to do our 6 words, so let's number our 1, 2, 3 down the side with lots of space between them. We can find the middle of our page quite easily with a fold and go 4, 5, and 6 for our 6 words. Now, our first letters are always going to be different, so let's do a line for those mystery letters. It'll be 1 or 2 letters long, so make a little bit of a line after each number. And because this is a word family ending, we know every single word is going to end in OT. So go ahead and put OT after each line for each number. Okay, there we go. We've got OT 6 times for words 1 through 6. Let's take a look at some words that end in ought. So word family word endings with ought could be words like not, that's with the silent K, pot, dot, rot. A little baby can be called a tot. At number 6, we've got the word hot. There's a type of fruit like an apricot, or if you're Scottish, you might be known as a Scot. All right, well, let's go ahead and put in our mystery letters for our words. So word number 1 is knot, like a knot you would get in a shoelace. And that actually has a silent K that you don't hear, and then the N. So K-N, knot, K-N-O-T, knot. Word number 2 is pot, pot. We need the P sound from the letter P, P-O-T, pot. Word number 3 is dot, dot. We need a D, letter D, dot. Word number 4, when something goes bad, we say that it might rot, R for the sound, rot. Word number 5, another name for a little tiny child is a tot, T for tot. And word number 6, hot. We need the sound. That comes from letter H. Hot. Well, I need to add a quick little picture to my diagram, I'm going to do something really simple. I'm just going to draw a single little dot. And I'll label that dot, D-O-T, a dot. And there we go. There's my 6 words from the word family ending ought, O-T, ought.
Ouse.
Our word family ending today is ouse, O-U-S-E, ouse. So we're going to find words that rhyme with ouse, and we're going to stretch them out. Here's our first word. It's house. House. Ow-s. House. Now there's 5 letters in that word, but the O-U goes ow, and the E at the end is silent. Ouse. All right, let's do that word one more time. House. Ow-s. House. Our next word is to get something really wet, and we say it's to douse. Douse. D-ow-s. Douse. Some people like to do this down the arm, so let's do one. Douse. D-ow-s. Douse. Our next word is a shirt that girls wear. It's called a blouse. Some people say blouse, but I like blouse. Blouse. B-l-ow-s. Blouse. If we want to sound it a little bit different, we can still do it the same way. Blouse. B-l-ow-s. Blouse. Either way, blouse or blouse. Our next word is meaning your husband or your wife. They're your spouse. Spouse. S-p-ow-s. Spouse. Spouse. S-p-ow-s. Spouse. Our next word, that little rodent, is a mouse. Oh, a mouse in my house? Mouse. Ow-s. Mouse. Mouse. Ow-s. Mouse. And our last word, something you don't want to find in your hair, is lice. But when you're talking about just one of them, they're called a louse. Louse. L-ow-s. Louse. One last time, and hopefully no louse or lice around. Louse. L-ow-s. Louse. And that's our O-U-S-E, ouse word family endings. Good job. Keep practicing those word stretches so you're getting all the sounds. All right.
For our spelling word endings, we're looking at the ending O-U-S-E. This makes the sound ouse. Our word family ending is ouse. Well, I've got my Play-Doh, so let's cover the letters and make some words. Okay, I have our ouse ending covered. Let's make some letters in the front. I put a nice tall stretchy letter H in front. I got the sound ouse, house, house. You might live in a house. If I add the letter L in front, I get ouse, louse, a louse. Louse is a type of arachnid known as lice. Lice you can get in your hair pets, yuck. One of them would be known as a louse. If I add the letter M in front, I get ouse, mouse, a mouse. Hope a mouse doesn't live in your house. If I add the letter D in front, I get D, ouse, douse. To douse someone with water, get them really wet. Douse the fire with the fire hose. If I add the letters SP in front, they make the sound sp, ouse, ouse, spouse. A spouse is a married couple's partner. A wife's spouse is her husband. A husband's spouse is his wife. Spouse. If I add a GR in front, it makes the sound grr, 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 ouse, grouse. A grouse is a type of bird. Grouse. If I add a BL in front, I get the sound bull, bull, ouse, blouse. A blouse. This makes a slightly different sound. Instead of ouse, it makes ouse. A blouse is a shirt that a woman might wear. A blouse. What words can you make from the ouse word family? Okay, for spelling, we've got an O inclusion word family ending, and it's a longer one this time. It's O-U-S-E. O-U-S-E gives us the word sound of ouse. Ouse. So our word family ending is going to be ouse. O-U-S-E can be our title. Put your date up in the top corner for whatever day it is for you today. We're going to do 6 words, so 1, 2, and 3 down the side with lots of space between. We can fold our workbook page over to the middle of the book there. That finds the middle of our page. We can put 4, 5, and 6. Now we know this is a word ending, so we can put a line here after each number for our mystery letter or letters. Usually enough room for 1 or 2 letters. Let's do that for all 6. And then because we know every single word is going to end in O-U-S-E, let's go ahead and do that. O-U-S-E, O-U-S-E, and do that for all 6. Let's take a look at some O-U-S-E word family ending words, ouse words. So we have words like house, and to get really wet is to douse something. We have a blouse, it's a girl's shirt. Spouse, that's your husband or wife. Mouse, and you might have lice, but one lice would be a louse that would be in your hair. And there's a type of bird called a grouse. So lots of O-U-S-E, ouse words. All right, let's go ahead and build our words with the mystery letters that we're missing. Word number 1 is house. We need that h sound, and that h
sound comes from an H. So, ouse, house, house. Word number 2 means to get something wet, like a fireman might douse the flame. So, d comes from our letter D. Ouse, douse, douse, to get something wet. Word number 3, we need the consonant blend of bowl, B-L, blouse, blouse, or a blouse. Blouse, it's a girl's shirt. Word number 4, spouse. We need the S-P consonant blend, spouse. Spouse, that means your husband or your wife is your spouse. Word number 5, mouse, letter M. Mouse, mouse, mouse. There might be a mouse in your house. And word number 6, when you have one louse or many lice. Letter L, ouse, louse. There we go, louse. Now I need to draw a picture. Maybe I could draw a grouse or a louse or a house. I think I might draw a mouse. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my mouse here. There we go, there's my picture of a mouse, and I'm going to just label that. That's word number 5, mouse. And there we go, there's 6 words from the O-U-S-E, ouse, word family ending. Well, we've reached that time in our show when we need to acknowledge those words that did not make it into the episode. Here are those words.
We acknowledge the following ought-word endings. Blot, clot, cot, dot, got, hot, jot, not, lot, not, plot, pot, rot, scot, shot, slot, snot, spot, tot, trot, cannot, dog, trot, flower pot, forgot, hot shot, ink blot, jackpot, long shot, mascot, robot, slingshot, snapshot, teapot, whatnot, apricot, Camelot, Lancelot, coffee pot, polka dot, like it or not, thanks a lot. Hey, did you say snot? That was good. And the following ouse word family endings. Birdhouse, clubhouse, doghouse, haunted house, outhouse, ooh, that stinks, lighthouse, there's a lot of houses here, a madhouse, it's crazy around here, church and mouse, cat and mouse, Mickey Mouse. Whew.
Thanks for joining me, and I hope you learned something new and had fun doing the lessons. Join me next time on another episode of Lessons from the Classroom.